All right, welcome to the 135 community presentation call. My name is Brian Frazier, and I will be conducting the presentation for tonight. I'm glad those of you that can make it. I appreciate it, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Um, as always, before I always get started, I always like to go over what 135 community is not, because you know, anytime that you have to invite someone into something or recruit someone into something, people always have a preconceived notion in their mind that it must be uh, a pyramid scheme. So I like to always go over just a quick abbreviated definition of a pyramid scheme for those of you that may be looking at this for the first time, just to make sure that you don't get this confused, what we're getting ready to talk about with the pyramid scheme. Most people really don't know what a pyramid scheme is, so I like to just give a brief definition of it and explain the perspective of a pyramid scheme, so there won't be any confusion at all. You can always go and Google pyramid scheme and get a more detailed explanation or definition of a pyramid scheme, but I'm just going to give you a quick synopsis of it right here and now. It says here, a pyramid scheme is a fraudulent system of making money based on recruiting an ever-increasing number of investors. The initial promoters who recruit investors, who in turn recruit more investors, and so on. The scheme is called a pyramid because at each level, the number of investors increase. Now, quite naturally, the key word here is investors. And anytime that you're an investor in something and you invest your money, then you're always looking for a rate of return on your money. Well, in a pyramid scheme, the people who run a pyramid scheme, they always take in investors' monies with the illusion that they're going to give the investors back a return on their money, on their investment. But what they actually end up doing is they end up taking a portion of the money of the people or the investors that put their money in last, and they take a portion of that money and give it to the first investors that came into the scheme, giving them the illusion that they've made money on their money as a rate of return on their money. And that's fraudulent. That's a pyramid scheme. And the Securities Exchange Commission will come down hard on any program or platform or scheme that is doing that. And so that's it in a nutshell. There are quite a bit of pyramid schemes out there today, and there's been some big, huge ones in the past. I mean, where people have lost millions of dollars and always almost up into the billions of dollars on a pyramid scheme. One that comes to mind is the Madoff guy. So, and he's not the only one of that size of a pyramid scheme. So they are out there, but I assure you, what we're getting ready to talk about is nowhere close to being a pyramid scheme. But I just wanted to put this out there because what we're getting ready to talk about, you will want to invite people in to this process. And but I just wanted to make sure that you don't confuse it, what we're doing with the pyramid scheme. All right. A lot of people get caught up with pyramid schemes when they're really thinking about a pyramid structure. And most people don't realize that the pyramid structure that they have in their mind, the triangle where, the person at the top is making all the money, what they don't realize is that the actual job that they work on is an actual pyramid structure. And the person that sits at the top of that pyramid structure definitely makes all the money. And so that's what they have in their mind, but they don't realize that that's what the pyramid structure that they're actually in. And so, but they always equate it to something like gifting platforms or multi-level marketing or MLM type of ventures. And those type of ventures, they may be a pyramid structure, but it's a whole different type of pyramid structure than the pyramid structure that most people work in on their jobs. So there is a difference. But I just wanted to point that out before we got into the presentation of the process that we're getting ready to go through, because I don't want it to be any confusion when people see what we do and try to equate it with the pyramid scheme. So now, with that out the way, the 135 community, our main goal within this community is to get rid of debt and to wipe out poverty. That's our main goal here. Now, when I say get rid of debt, you know, the first thing that you want to do when it pertains to getting rid of debt is to get rid of your own debt, all right? Because we found that debt is almost like a disease, not just in this country but around the world. It's a debilitating disease because debt is one of the main tools that is used to keep people subservient in economic situations in our societies today. So debt is a big culprit, is a big enemy, and debt is what creates poverty. And so we want to get rid of that and eradicate poverty the best way we can. And so the system is designed to keep people in debt, and we know this, and it's inherent to keep people in debt. That's the only way this type of system can survive, is to put people in debt. And so we are striving in the 135 community to get rid of debt and to wipe out poverty by building our own community of people to work together to be able to eradicate poverty and to get rid of debt. And so we feel that the process that we have, it can literally do that. It can literally do that. But it's going to be up to the people. It's up to the people. And this is where we can put control back into our hands through the 135 community. So now, in saying that, the process that I'm getting ready to go over is a very easy and very simple process. All right? Very easy and very simple. And it's so easy and so simple that it's even easier and even more simple to mess this up. All right? That's how easy this is. You can literally mess this up even easier than the process is to do. And I know that sounds crazy, but as I go through the process, you'll see what I mean. Now, there's a certain criteria or certain characteristics that you would want to have in going through this process. And it's almost, I would say, it's almost imperative that you have these qualities or these characteristics. And one of them is honesty, okay, because it's going to take a lot of honesty to go through this process. Integrity. It's going to take a lot of integrity. Honesty and integrity, they basically kind of go together, but you need both of them. All right. Commitment. Okay. Commitment is going to be key because you can't get out of debt and wipe out poverty without the commitment to do it. And then discipline. Discipline is the overall glue to this whole thing. If you can stay disciplined to the process, then there's no reason why this process can't work to help get rid of poverty or get rid of debt and to wipe out poverty. If you have those qualities now, then you're ahead of the game. But if you can stay and stick with this process, by the time you go through the fruition of this process, you will have developed those qualities and those traits that I've just named. There's no way that you couldn't to get through the end of this process. So keep that in mind, because I will go over those words. You'll hear me say those words over and over again as I go through this process. That's honesty, integrity, commitment, and discipline. Those are the traits and qualities that we're going to need to get through this process. Because as I said before, as easy as this process is, it's even easier to mess this up. All right? Now, the concept of what we're doing, okay, is very, very old. The concept is not new at all. This is an old concept, but the process is fairly new. And so that's why we have this presentation, because I want to walk you through each step of this process to give you an idea and give you a perspective of how this process can really work, because the process really is flawless, okay? But it's the people that is the breakdown in this process. And so it's very important that you go through each step with me and follow along, and hopefully you can see and understand and be able to take this, and hopefully it will gravitate to you to where you can take this and run with it and become the catalyst to help get rid of debt and to eradicate poverty. Now, one thing that the analogy that I always use before going over this process to put you in the right frame of mind is one thing that Albert Einstein has been quoted of saying, is that the eighth wonder of the world is compound interest. Because compound interest is so powerful in its application that it almost mystifies the mind of how that works. And so the analogy that I use is taking a penny and doubling that penny every day for the next 30 days. And I challenge you to do that. If you can take a penny and double it every day for the next 30 days and take a calculator and do that, you'll find that at the end of 30 days, you'll end up with $5.3 million. Okay? Now, it's almost incomprehensible to think that you could take a penny and double it every day for the next 30 days and come up with over $5 million. Okay? But math doesn't lie, numbers don't lie. And so that's why I encourage you to do that so you can actually see it for yourself. Well, with that analogy, I want you to think of that as we go through this process, okay, and just how powerful it can be if it's done properly, all right? And so with that in mind, let's get started real quick. Now, the first step in this process is dealing with the Family Dollar donation. And it's exactly what it says, a dollar donation. So all you need to do to get started with this is to have $1. Take $1 and be able to donate that $1 to the person that invited you. All right? And then what you want to do is you want to be able to invite 3 people, a minimum of 3 people, who has $1 that can be donated to you. And that's it. That's how simple this really is. All right? It's really no more difficult than that. All right? And as I said, this is a very, very simple process. All right? Very, very simple. All right? So now, $1 to the person that invited you, and to invite 3 people, minimum of 3 people, who can donate $1 to you. That's it. All right? Now, the donation is done on Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays. That's done on purpose, because Mondays and Thursdays, if we do that correctly, then there won't be any confusion. The reason why is because There is no software. There's no websites to go to log into. There's no back office or any of that. Okay? All of this is designed for each individual to take care of their own. All right? To take care of their own. We're not using any technology with this process other than to communicate with someone. There's no technology being used with this, and that's done on purpose. All right? And you'll see what I mean as we go through. So now, on Mondays and Thursdays are donation days. So those are the days that we donate $1 and so forth. So now, today is a Thursday, so let's say you brought your dollar today and you donated that dollar to the person that invited you. Now all you have to do is invite 3 people by Monday, the next donation day. So if you can get 3 people, a minimum of 3 people, who can donate $1 to you by Monday, then that starts your donation, or your starts the first Family Dollar donation process. Okay? So now let's do this. So now that you've donated your dollar, you found 3 people by Monday or the next donation day. And those 3 people are now going to donate $1 to you. That's a total of $3. Out of that $3, you're going to take $2 and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. And now you keep $1 for yourself, and now you literally have your $1 back on your first donation day. All right, make sense? Real simple stuff, right? So now you've got your dollar back, and at this point, I always put this in an analogy of being in a casino, to where you've got your dollar back. So now anything from this point on, you're dealing with house money. So really, money is no issue in this process. All right, so that's not an excuse that anybody can use as far as this process is money. That excuse has gone out the window, because it really doesn't take any money at all to get this really going, because $1 is really, to most people, insignificant, because you can walk down the street and $1 can fall out of your pocket, and by the time you get home and realize that that dollar is gone, you just chalk it up as a lost dollar. It's no big deal. So really, the money is no issue in this process. All right? So I want you to keep that in mind as we go through. So now, you got your 3 people. They donated their $1 to you. You've got your dollar back. So now we go to the next donation day, which is on a Monday or a Tuesday. Monday or a Thursday. So now, now the 3 people have done the same thing that you just did. They went and got their 3 people, and their 3 people donated $1 to them. So now they turn around and they donate $2 to you on the next donation day. That's a total of $6 that you take in. Out of that $6, $4 will now go to the person that invited you, and now you keep $2 for yourself, and that's a total of $3 that you've accumulated just in this process, in just the first 2 donation days. All right? So it's very simple. We're not going to try to complicate it too much. We're going to stick with the same thing. All right? The same thing. Everybody's just donating $1 through this process. So at this point, you've accumulated $3. So now that you've done this, on the next, what's going to happen on the next donation day, okay, you're going to give $3 into a cash tripler. This is the next donation process, a cash tripler, the next process, called a $3 cash tripler. So you're going to take that $3 and you're going to donate it to the person that invited you. And now you're in 2 different processes, the $1 process and the cash tripler, the $3 cash tripler. All right? So now we go to the 3rd donation day. In the 3rd donation day, the 3 people that you invited, they are now going to donate to you $4 in the $1 process. That's going to give you $12 to this point. Out of that 12, you're going to take $8 and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $4 for yourself. That's a total of $7 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. Okay? $7 just in the $1 process. And remember, donation days is only on Mondays and Thursdays. But now, the third donation day in the $1 process becomes the first donation day in the $3 cash tripler. So now those three people now, they're upgrading to the cash tripler. So now they're going to give you, by way of donation, $3 in the cash tripler, which is a total of $9. You're going to take $6 of that and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. And now you're going to keep $3 for yourself. Now you've got your $3 back that you previously donated. Now you have a total of $10 that you've accumulated to this point. Very simple stuff. I'm not going to try to make this hard. Simple stuff. Okay? So now we go to the next donation day, the fourth donation day, Mondays and Thursdays, right? So now, the three people are now going to donate to you in the $1 process, $8 each. That's a total of $24. Then you're going to take $16 out of that $24 and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you. Now you're going to keep $8 for yourself. That's a total of $15 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. At this point, you've accumulated $18. Okay, $18 in the 4 donation days that you've accumulated. All right, $18 to this point. Now the 4th donation day becomes the 2nd donation day in the $3 cash tripler. So now the 3 people are going to donate to you $6 each. That's a total of $18. You're going to take $12 and send that to the person that invited you, and you're going to keep $6 for yourself. That's a total of $9 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler. Now you've accumulated $24 to this point. So now, the next thing is going to happen, because this is called the what? The 135 community. The one is the $1 donation that you donated. The 3 is the $3 donation in the $3 cash tripler. And so, quite naturally, the next process is the $5 freedom. So you're going to take $5 and you're going to donate that to the person that invited you in the $5 freedom. So now you're in 3 different processes at the same time. The $1 process, the $3 cash tripler, and now the $5 freedom process. So you're in 3 different processes at this point. Okay? Remember, we need honesty, integrity, and commitment. Committed to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty. All right? And as long as you can stay disciplined to this process, then everything should work out for you. All right? So now, we go to the 5th donation day. On the 5th donation day, the 3 people are now going to donate to you $16 each. That's a total of $48 that you're going to take in. Out of that, you're going to take $32 and send that to your inviter. You're going to keep $16 for yourself. That's a total of $31 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process, taking you to $40 to this point. But now, quite naturally, the 5th donation day in the $1 process becomes the 3rd donation day in the $3 cash tripler. All right, that's now in the cash tripler, the 3 people are going to donate to you $12 each. That's a total of $36 that you're going to take in. Out of that $36, $24 you're going to send to your inviter. You're going to keep $12 for yourself. That's a total of $18 that you've taken in just in the cash tripler. That's a total of $52 to this point. $52. But now the 3rd day in the $3 cash tripler becomes the 1st day in the $5 freedom process. That's where you're going to take 3 people. The 3 people are now going to donate $5 in the $5 freedom process. That's a total of $15. You're going to take $10 of that and donate it to your inviter. You're going to keep $5 for yourself. Now you've got your $5 back, okay, and that you previously donated, taking you to $57 that you've accumulated to this point, okay? All this from a $1 one-time out of pocket, okay? Honesty, integrity, and being committed to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty. And as long as we can stay disciplined to this system, there shouldn't be no reason why this can't happen. All right? No reason why this can't happen if we're disciplined enough. All right? So now, let's go to the next donation day. Remember, donation days are on Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays and Thursdays. Now, the 3 people at this point are going to donate $32 each. That's a total of $96 altogether. You're going to take $64 of that and donate it to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $32 for yourself. That's $63 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process. That's taking you to $89 to this point. $89. And remember, nobody is giving up more than $1 in this process. Just $1, everybody. So really, money is no issue here. None at all. Money is not the issue, right? So now, the 6th donation day in the $1 process becomes the 4th donation day in the cash tripler. So now the 3 people are now in the cash tripler donating to you $24 each. That's $72 that you've accumulated. You're going to take $48 of that. You're going to donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $24 for yourself. That's $42 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler. That's taking you over $113 to this point. But now the 4th donation day in the cash tripler becomes the 2nd donation day in the $5 freedom. Now the 3 people are going to donate $10, which is a total of $30 altogether. You're going to take $20 of that and donate it to the person that invited you. You keep $10 for yourself, and now you've accumulated $15 in the $5 freedom, taking you over $123 to this point. Okay? $1, one time, out of pocket. All right? I hope you're starting to see how this process is working now. Okay? Let's go to donation day 7. Remember, Mondays and Thursdays. Now the 3 people are going to donate $64 in the $1 process at this point. That's $192 altogether. You're going to take $128 and you're going to send that to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $64 for yourself. That's $127 that you accumulated just in the $1 process. Okay, $127 on people just giving $1, just starting out with $1. Everybody, money is no issue here with money. Everybody's doing what? Playing with house money, right? Okay, and you've accumulated $187 on your 7th donation day. All right, so now the 7th donation day in the $1 process becomes the 5th donation day in the $3 cash tripler. So now the 3 people are going to donate to you $48 each. That's $144 altogether. You're going to take $96 of that, and you're going to donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $48 for yourself. That's $90 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler. That's $235 altogether to this point. Now the 5th donation day in the cash tripler becomes the 3rd donation day in the $5 freedom. That's $20 from 3 people. That's a total of $60. You're going to take $40 of that, donate it to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $20 for yourself. That's a total of $35 that you've accumulated just in the $5 freedom. That's taking you over $255 to this point. All right? Honesty, integrity, and commitment, okay, to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty. And if we can stay disciplined to this is what can happen right here. All right? Everybody's playing with house money here. Money is no issue. Now, as we get to the donation day 8, this is 1 month into this whole process. 1 month. Donation day 8. The 3 people are now going to donate $128. That's $384 that you take in. Out of that, you're going to take $256, donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $128 for yourself. That's $255 just in the $1 process. Okay? In a month's time. $255. And the only thing people coming up with is $1. That's almost unheard of. Okay? That's $383 just to this point. Okay? Now, the 8th donation day, which is a Monday and Thursday, becomes the 6th donation day in the $3 cash tripler. Now the 3 people are donating $96 to you. That's $288 that you take in. You take $192 of that and send that to your inviter. You keep $196. That's $186 that you've accumulated in the cash tripler, taking you over $479 to this point. Now the 6th donation day in the cash tripler becomes the 4th donation day in the $5 freedom. So that's $40 from the 3 people. That's $120. You take $80 of that, send that to your inviter. You keep $40 for yourself. That's $75 altogether in the $5 freedom, taking you over $519, okay, in 1 month's time. $1, one time, out of pocket. Okay? Staying disciplined. That's all we got to do. So now, day number 9, donation day number 9, Monday or Thursday, right? Monday or Thursday. The 3 people at this point are now in the dollar process going to donate to you $256. That's $768 that you take in. You're going to take $512 and send that to your inviter. You're going to keep $256 for yourself. That's $511 just in the $1 process. That takes you over $775 to this point. The 9th donation day in the $1 process becomes the 7th donation day in the $3 cash tripler. That's $192 coming from the 3 people. That's $576 that you're going to take in. You take $384 of that and send that to your inviter. You keep $192 for yourself. That's $378 just in the cash tripler, taking you over $967. All right. Now, the 7th donation day in the cash tripler becomes the 5th donation day in the $5 freedom. That's $80 from the 3 people. That's $240 altogether. $160 of that goes to your inviter. You keep $80 for yourself. That's $155 that you've accumulated in the $5 freedom, taking you over $1,047 in a month and a half. Okay. This, look, I don't know. $1, that's all anybody ever came out of their pocket. $1, one time out of pocket. And you're at $1,047 after a little over a month. Okay, compounding. Now, let's go to donation day 10. Donation day 10, Mondays and Thursdays. The 3 people that you invited are now donating to you $512 each. That's $1,536 altogether. $800 is going to go to your inviter. You keep $736 for yourself. That's $1,247 in a $1 donation program process. Okay, $1,247 in a $1 donation process. Nobody came out of their pocket with more than $1. Okay? Money is no issue. We're playing with house money here. Understand that. That's over $1,783 to this point. All right? Now, the 10th donation day in the $1 process becomes the 8th donation day in the $3 cash tripler. So now that's $384 you're getting from the 3 people that you invited, which is $1,152. You're going to take $600 of that and you're going to donate that to your inviter. You keep $552. That's $930 just in the cash tripler, taking you over $2,335 to this point. Now the 8th donation day in the cash tripler becomes the 6th donation day in the $5 freedom. That's $160 from the 3 people. That's $480 altogether. $320 goes to your inviter. You keep $160 for yourself. That's $315 that you've accumulated in the $1 freedom process, taking you over $2,495. See, now you see why you need honesty and integrity, right? Honesty and integrity. And staying committed to getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty in our community. And just stay committed, or stay disciplined to this process. You see how you're developing these traits now as we go through the process. So now, we hit donation day 11, Monday or Thursday, donation day 11. We're five and a half weeks into this. The 3 people are now going to donate $800 each. That's $2,400 in the $1 process. You're going to take $1,000 and send that to your inviter. You're going to keep $1,400 for yourself. That's $2,647 just in a $1 process. Okay? In a $1 process. That's taking you over $3,895 to this point. Now let me say this. When you get to this point right here, can you recognize the power that you and your team have at this point? Can you see the power that this community has at this point, where everybody is building their way up? Money is no issue, but yet you're at $3,895 in 5.5 weeks. The team that you're building leaders here. You're creating leaders. These 3 people that you're dealing with, they become leaders at this point. All right? And I want you to recognize you're only dealing with the 3 people that you invited and the person that you're donating to. But yet you have built a community here. See the power in that? Now, day 11, donation day 11 in the $1 process becomes the 9th donation day in the $3 cash tripler. Now, that's $600 from the 3 people that you invited. That's $1,800. You're going to take $1,000 and donate that to the person that invited you. You're going to keep $800 for yourself. That's $1,730 that you've accumulated just in the cash tripler, taking you over $4,695 to this point. You see the honesty and integrity that's needed in this process, right? Honesty and integrity. Now the 9th donation day in the cash tripler becomes the 7th donation day in the $5 freedom. Now the 3 people are donating $320 each. That's $960 in the $5 freedom. You're going to take $640 of that, send that to your inviter, and you keep $320 for yourself. That's $635 that you've accumulated just in the $5 freedom process, taking you over $5,015 in 5.5 weeks. That's power. That's power. Especially when you're playing with house money. Nobody loses any money in this process. Nobody. So therefore, money is not the issue. Let's go to day 12, okay? Mondays and Thursdays. Day 12, 6 weeks into this process. The 3 people that you invited are now going to donate $1,000 each, giving you $3,000. Out of that, you're going to take $1,000 and donate that to the person that invited you. You keep $2,000 for yourself. That's a total of $4,647 that you've accumulated just in the $1 process, taking you over $7,015 to this point. I hope y'all are seeing this. I hope this is gravitating to you. I hope you're connecting to this. Okay? Now, at this particular point in the process, where you have 3 people donating $1,000 to you, at this particular point in the process, you will no longer donate to your inviter on a Monday or Thursday. You will now donate to your inviter on Tuesdays of each week. Tuesdays of each week. And you keep $2,000 on Tuesdays of each week. Okay? Now, the 12th donation day in the $1 process is the 10th donation day in the $3 cash tripler. Now watch this. The 3 people now turn around in the $3 cash tripler and donate $1,000 each. That's $3,000 that you take in. You're going to take $1,000 and donate that to your inviter. You're going to keep $2,000 for yourself. That's $3,730 that you've accumulated in the cash tripler, taking you over $9,015 to this point. All right? Honesty and integrity. Very key here. Honesty and integrity. Money is no issue. This is house money. Remember that. Now, understand, since you have the 3 people donating $1,000 in the cash tripler, you will only donate from this point forward on Tuesdays of each week in the cash tripler. You keep $2,000 each week in the cash tripler. So now you're keeping $2,000 in the $1 process on Tuesdays, and now $2,000 in the in the $3 cash tripler every Tuesday. You see the process here? Now, the 10th donation day in the $3 cash tripler becomes the 8th donation day in the $5 freedom. So now at this point, the 3 people will now donate to you $640 each. That's $1,920. You're going to take $1,000 and send that to your inviter. You're going to keep $920 for yourself. That's $1,555 that you've accumulated to that point. You're going to take the next donation day, which is on a Thursday or Monday or Thursday, and at that point, the 3 people will now donate to you $1,000 each. That's $3,000. You're going to take $1,000 and donate that to your inviter and keep $2,000 for yourself. That's $3,555 that you've accumulated in the $5 freedom, taking you well over $11,935 in 6.5 weeks. You see this process? At this particular point that you're receiving $1,000 in the $5 freedom from the 3 people that you invited, you will then start to send $1,000 every Tuesday to your inviter. And every Tuesday you will keep $2,000 for yourself. That's $2,000 in the $1 process, $2,000 in the $3 cash tripler, and $2,000 in the $5 freedom. That's a total of $6,000 every Tuesday of every week that the three people or the people that you invited give you $1,000 in each one of those processes. This is mind-boggling, okay? Understand, you will be able to get rid of debt and wipe out poverty, okay? This is just the beginning. Understand what you have your hands on here, all right? This is why you need honesty, integrity, commitment, and discipline. Because as easy as this is, dealing with house money is just as easy, or if not easier, to mess this up. That's why you need those traits to come to this fruition in this process. All right? Everything is done purposely here. There's no software and no websites to go to. There's no back office, okay? That is done on purpose. That is done on purpose because no one can shut this down but you. No one can stop this but you. Understand that. As easy as this is, only you can mess this up. Only the people can mess this up. This is what you call off the grid. This is a community of people who come together to help each other to get rid of debt, starting with your own debt, and to wipe out poverty within our community. See, the philosophy is, in your own communities where you live at right now, if in your own community, if you have 20% of the people in your community where you live at right now, if 20% of those people in your community are debt-free and cash-strapped, you control your community. You control that community. All right? You control the local officials in your community. They work for you. You don't work for them. Okay? I know that some people think that they have to do what the local officials say do. I know people think that they're beholden to their local officials in their communities, but no, they work for you. You dictate to them what you want done in your community. Okay? We have to flip the script. And the only way to do that is to put ourselves in a position to take charge. And the only way that we can take charge in our communities and to be able to control our own community is to get out of debt and to wipe out poverty within our community. I hope you're seeing this. That's what the 135 community is all about. Okay? And because we don't have a website, because we don't have a software that can take care of all of this for us, let's not get spoiled. Okay? Let's do what we need to do. And we keep track of our own information ourselves. Okay? We have to go back to the old school way when we're off the grid, so to speak. So let's get our own ledger or spreadsheet and keep track of the donations that we receive. See, we have to be in control of what we do. And as long as we're in control, then no one can control us. I hope you see this. This process is flawless. Flawless. But as you can see, the only thing that can mess this up is who? Us. We are the only ones that can mess this up. There's a paradigm shift that's going on right now, and we're in the midst of it. And as you can see, the things that are going on around us, not just in this country, but around the world, things will never be the same again. And probably rightly so. So now we need to take this change to heart and change our own mentality and uplift our own consciousness and take back control of our lives. All right? Because this system, the system that we find ourselves in right now, it's going to change. It's in the midst of changing right now. Now, are you going to change with it? Are you going to do what's necessary to get control over your life, over in your communities, and get rid of this plague called debt and poverty? We got to wipe out all the envy and jealousy. Okay, we have to atone to the honesty and integrity that it takes to work with one another. That's what it's all about. All right, and be committed to the cause and stay disciplined to what needs to be done. I hope you all see this. This is not a joke. Okay, this is not just something to do. This is a way to change people's lives, not just your lives, but other people around you, changing their lives. Now, also, I want to bring to your attention, wait a minute, this right here, the guidelines. You know, look, you're on your own. It's up to us to do this, but we do have to have guidelines. Nobody controls you, but we still have to have guidelines. And so we have guidelines here for the 135. Honesty is the first thing, quite naturally, and along with integrity, because you've got to have that in order to do the process. Because if you find yourself with $3,000, okay, you got to have honesty and integrity to give $1,000 to the person that invited you. Okay? Commitment. It's got to be there. It's got to be there for the cause. And discipline. You got to have it. It's difficult to get through this process without these characteristics. So that's part of the guidelines. Okay, then we have all donations should be done on Mondays and Thursdays to keep a more organized accounting of what's being received by each person. All right, you have to keep track of this yourself. We have no software, no website to keep track of this for us. So we have to do it ourselves. It will be ideal to keep an accounting of your donations you receive on a spreadsheet or ledger to keep organized of when, from who, and what amount you receive. Okay, just makes sense. Accounting. Once you receive the same donation from any three people, it will be required to send the donation to your inviter for the required amount for that particular donation day. Now here's a note. If you do not receive all the donations from three people, you will wait until you have all three before donating to your inviter. And this could fall on a later donation date. So in other words, if you don't get all three of your donations on the same day, okay, then you can't send your donation to your inviter. You want to wait till you have all three of the same dollar amount so you can send whatever you're supposed to send to your inviter. And so therefore you may get one today, and you may get another one on the next donation day, and maybe another one on the following donation day. Once you have all three, no matter what donation day it is, that's when you send your donation to your inviter. Okay? I hope that makes sense to you. And then, although it is not required, it will be in good practice to invite more than three people to the community to enhance the possibility of getting your 3 donations for any particular donation day. Okay? Because let's keep it real. Yes, it's required to have 3 people that donate to you. But you can't control what an individual does. So you may have to go get more than 3 people to make sure that you get 3 donations on any given donation day. Does that make sense? So you may have to go out and get 5, maybe 10 people in order to find the 3 people that's going to donate to you on any given donation day. Understand that, because you don't know what an individual is going to do. We may know what a crowd of people may do, but we don't know what an individual will do. And that's why we need those characteristics. Okay? So now, if you receive donations from more than the required 3 for the required amount for any donation day, and your donation to your inviter was sent, then all excess donations stay with you. So in other words, if you received your 3 donations to be able to send a donation to your inviter, but you've invited 5 or 6 people, and they've all donated to you the same dollar amount, then as long as you sent your donation to your inviter, any other donations outside of the first 3, they stay with you. So now that's even more of an incentive to go get more than just 3 people, right? Just makes sense. This can be a powerful, powerful thing. Okay? Now, when you get to the point that you start to receive $1,000 from at least 3 people that you invited, you should be honored to donate $1,000 to your inviter. That just makes sense. Okay? You should be honored. It should be an honor to send the person that invited you to this $1,000 every Tuesday. Okay? And then, if you receive $1,000 from only 1 or 2 of the people that you have invited, the right thing to do is to donate a minimum of 1/3 or $300 of each donation received. Okay? That just makes sense. Okay. At this particular point, when you're receiving $1,000 from someone, that means that they've reached that goal, that level of receiving $1,000 every Tuesday. If you receive $1,000 from someone, but you haven't received all 3, then it's only the right thing to do is to give $300 of that $1,000 to the person that invited you at that particular point. Now, once you start to receive all 3 donations, then you should donate the full $1,000 to your inviter. That just makes sense. All right? That's just having honesty and integrity to the system, to the process. All right? So I hope this makes sense to you. I really do, and I hope it gravitates to you. What we want to do is this. If you want the charts that I've showed you and the guidelines, you can email at 135community.unity@gmail.com, and we'll send those charts and the guidelines to you, so you can really study that and get this thing going. Okay? If you don't get it from your inviter, just email and we'll send it to you. We also record this, and it goes on a YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel is the 135 Community. And you can go to the YouTube channel and you can get all of the webinars that we've done to this point. They will always be there for you to go. And you can pick whichever one you want. They basically have the same thing on it, okay? But you can choose whichever one you want. And, you know, and you want to send it to people and let them see what we're doing here. It's just that simple. All right? We do this webinar every Mondays and Thursdays of every week. Those are donation days, Mondays and Thursdays. Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you send an email in, we'll have you on our email database, and we will email you before every webinar that we do. All right, I'm committed to being here to go through this with you. I'm committed to doing this because we need the 135 community. We need the soldiers to be able to step up, okay, and let's go out here and get rid of debt and wipe out poverty, because that's what it's going to take, soldiers, economic soldiers, okay, working together as a community. That's what it's all about. So now, we're at the top of the hour. What I want to do is just open up anybody that has any questions, any comments at this point. You can unmute yourself and ask your question, because we want to make sure that you understand this. We want to make sure that this resonates with you. We don't want you to get discouraged because of the ease of it, because just as easy as it is, it's just as easy to mess it up. Okay? But people's mentality may not be in this realm right now. Okay? They'll see it. They'll see how easy it is, but how disciplined are they? Okay? Where are their heads at on this? Because one thing that we've eliminated, it doesn't take any money to get this thing going. So if it doesn't take any money, then the only thing that's left is the characteristics that we showed. Honesty, integrity, commitment, and discipline. Okay? And as long as you guys keep showing up, I'm going to keep showing up. And we're going to make the community grow. So any questions, any comments anybody has?
Yes,
Anything?
Brian, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you say the community, you're not talking about the community of Atlanta or San Francisco or New York. You're talking about the three people that you bring into the process. Am I correct? Because I could be the inviter to somebody in New York, San Francisco, and Atlanta.
Yeah, you sure could. You can.
So that community is not located in one little small area, say a certain little city.
No. The community that I'm talking about is the community that gets involved with the 135 community. That's the community I'm talking about. Now, when I'm talking about getting rid of debt in your community, I'm talking about the community that you live in. That everybody lives in a community outside of what we have here at 135. Okay? And so as you build the 135 community, build your teams within this 135 community, okay, that's going to afford you the ability to go out into your own community where you live at and affect a change, because you're putting yourself in a position to go out in the very community, your neighborhood, the area where you live at, and do some good right where you are, okay? Because whatever's happening in the 135 community, in the teams that you're building, that's taking care of itself. But we got to translate what we get from this community and take it out into the community in the real world, out where we live at, and affect change. Because that's where it all starts at. That's where it all should go to. You know? Yeah, you want to take care of yourself financially. You want to get rid of your own debt. Because I'm pretty sure there's nobody that comes to this call that's not in debt. Okay? In some way or somehow. All right? And so we want to get rid of debt within our own house. And once we do that, now we want to go out in our own communities and we want to help those people. It could be you might want to start some nonprofit organization in your neighborhood to help feed people or to help house people, whatever that may be. Whatever your passion is, you want to take that to your community. And you want to use the 135 to put you in a position to be able to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is a mission. We on a mission. This is a mission. This is mission driven. That's why you need commitment. Because, like I said, something this simple is too easy to mess up. Especially when there's no money involved. Because there's a lot of money involved. Nobody's coming out there, but nobody is losing anything in this. And so when there's nothing to lose, then, you know, in the society that we live in, they have trained us, okay, that if you know, to work for something, or to be leery of losing something. Okay, that's how we've been taught in the system that we live in. Okay, this system has trained us in the wrong way. All right, we need to come together. We got to stop worrying about money, even because money is the culprit. That's our downfall, money. So if we make money no issue, and then we concentrate on what needs to be done for people, the humanity of it all, then we have a whole different mindset. And that's what 135 community is trying to bring to the forefront. We have to change our mentality and uplift our consciousness. And we have to understand that money is just a tool. Okay? Not some necessity. And that's the problem that we've had in the system that we live in right now. It's a debt system, and it's designed to keep us that way and make the scarcity of money something that's needed. And we're trying to change that in the 135 to where we can create a system or a process to where money is no issue no more. And that's where we're going with it. All right. I hope you understand. I hope that makes sense. Any other question? Any other comment? Any other question or comment? All right. Be sure. 135community.unity@gmail.com. Okay. Email me, and we'll get you the charts, get you the guidelines, and we'll keep you informed about the webinar. All right. We have the YouTube channel, the 135 community. These calls are recorded. The whole call is recorded. So even what I'm saying right now is recorded. This is a whole different way of doing things. And so that's why, you know, we show on the presentation, you know, that in 6 weeks, you could be financially free in 6 weeks. All right? But that's a perfect scenario. And everybody is not perfect. Everybody's going to be on their own schedule in their own time frame. And we understand that. So if it takes you, instead of 6 weeks, if it took you 24 weeks, would it be worth it to get to having 3 people that could donate $1,000 to you in 3 different processes? If it took a full year to get to that point, would it be worth it? If it took 2 years to get to that process, to get to that point, would it be worth it? The thing is, could you last that long? Are you committed to sticking with it that long? Do you have the fortitude to hang in there? Because the obstacles are going to come in your way. No doubt. That's why the process is so easy. It's to build up our character. That's what it's all about. Build up our character and to build a community of like-minded individuals moving in the same direction, taking on their passion. I hope that makes sense. All right, so if we don't have any other questions or no other comments, I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the call tonight. We're going to be here every Monday night and Thursday nights, Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm still working on trying to get that payment processor. We're hoping that it comes soon, but however you want to receive your gifts, You get with the people that's sending you your donations, and you all work it out. However you're gonna whatever you're gonna use. I use Cash App right now, and but you use whatever you want to use. It's up to you. You're in control. With that in mind, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you on Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Good night, everybody. Have a great night, and everybody stay safe.
Internet, it could cost hundreds to cancel. Spectrum has no contract, and they'll help buy out yours. I'm switching Spectrum. Get Spectrum TV and Internet for $44.